Hello friends, my name is Keerthana and today we'll be dealing with the trochlear nerve, which is the fourth cranial nerve. Now this is easiest of all the nerves because its course is quite simple and the only functional component is going to be the one that is supplying the superior oblique muscle. And now this is an emoji that most of you might already use. There's a slight modification to the emoji that you use. Here what we have done is I have made the eye balls extorted. So I want you to remember the trochlear nerve is going to help in the extortion of the eye. It is also since it is supplying the superior oblique muscle. There are other unique features of trochlear nerve, which is that it is the only cranial nerve that emerges on the dorsal aspect of the brain. It is the slenderest and smallest of all cranial nerves, and it is the only cranial nerve which whose nuclear fibers decussate before emerging on the surface of the brain. Now we will see the meaning of decussation. We'll visualize decussation in a diagram further. And its nucleus receives only ipsilateral corticonuclear fibers. Now we'll deal with the course and relations of the trochlear nerve. It will arise from the dorsal aspect of the midbrain, and each nerve will come from the either side of frenulum veli. From here it will wind around the superior cerebellar and cerebral peduncle, and from here it will go in between the posterior cerebral and superior cerebellar arteries. This is very important. I'll repeat again. Posterior cerebral and superior cerebellar arteries. And from here it will appear anteriorly and it will go medially below the free margin to the stentorium cerebelli. And from here it will reach the cavernous sinus, from where it will go forward in the lateral wall of this cavernous sinus. It will go in between the third and fifth cranial nerve. That is, in third cranial nerve it is the oculomotor nerve, and in fifth cranial nerve, which is the trigeminal nerve, it will go in between a branch of the trigeminal nerve, which is the ophthalmic nerve. And from here it will go laterally to the third cranial nerve. It will cross it and it will become anterior to the third cranial nerve, and from here it will go to the superior orbital fissure, and after going to the superior orbital fissure it will go medially above LPS, which is levator palpebrae superioris, and from here it will reach the superior oblique muscle, which is the terminal branch. It is the only functional component of this nerve, which is to supply the superior oblique muscle. Now we'll visualize the course of the nerve. As you can see, it is arising here. It is decussating before exiting the brain and traveling along here. It is going anteriorly to the superior cerebellar artery, then posterior to the posterior cerebral artery. That is, it is going in between these two arteries, and then it is reaching the dorsum cellae, and from here it is reaching the superior orbital fissure. And as you can see here, it is going through the superior orbital fissure and anterior, anterior to the levator palpebrae superioris. That is, it crosses levator palpebrae superioris, and then it will supply the superior oblique muscle here. Now one point to remember here is this is the sphenoid bone and this is the dorsum cellae. So this will be the sella turcica and this will be the optic chiasma. Hope you are thorough with the visualization of the nerve. Now the functional component and nuclei of trochlear nerve is the GSC fibers, and this is the only functional component. This will supply the superior oblique muscle, and the trochlear nucleus, it will arise from the trochlear nucleus in the midbrain. Now we'll see the function of the superior oblique muscle. Now if this is eyeball and if this is the nose, so towards this will be medial, towards this will be lateral. Now the function of the superior oblique muscle is to move the eyeball downwards and laterally from the nose. So if this is the nucleus, it will abduct the eyeball. And one more function of the superior oblique muscle is extorsion, which is like this. So if there is another eyeball here, away from the nose. So that is extorsion. So there are three functions of the superior oblique muscle, which is abduction, extorsion, and downward movement of the eyeball. So now we've seen the functional component and nuclei, we've seen the superior oblique muscles function. Now I guess it will be very easy for you to visualize what will happen if something goes wrong with this trochlear nerve. So coming to the final part of the trochlear nerve, it is the clinical correlation, and as I mentioned earlier, the only functional component of trochlear nerve is to supply the superior oblique muscle. Now since it is supplying the superior oblique muscle, if there is a lesion in the trochlear nerve, the superior oblique muscle will get paralyzed, and so the function of the superior oblique muscle will be affected. And coming to the symptoms that the patient will present with, it is the extorsion of the eyeball and weakness in the downward gaze. Now the superior oblique muscle is not the only muscle that is going to help in the downward eyeball movement. So there are other muscles and this only assists in the downward eyeball movement. So patient will have a weakness in the downward gaze. Typically they'll say that there's a difficulty when they're reading the newspaper, that is when the newspaper is kept downwards and they're not able to read it properly. And there'll also be a difficulty when walking down the stairs, because as you can imagine, in these two movements the downward gaze is very important. And one more clinical symptom is diplopia. So diplopia is simply the double image. So in diplopia, what will happen is this occurs when in this case it will occur when the patient looks laterally and in glances on looking downward. Now this is a compensatory head tilting to the opposite side. So since there is a problem here, the patient will try tilting their head towards one side. So these are the clinical correlation factors of the trochlear nerve. I hope this video was useful. Please sound off in the comments if you have any doubts regarding the topic. Thank you for listening. Thank you.